Here we go again, guys, for another episode of Make It Weird. As we stream live to Twitch, to YouTube, to Facebook, and any other damn place that will have me. No small talk. That's the rules. Hello, what's your name?
Keith.
Keith?
Correct.
Okay. What do you think you can teach me right now? It's got to be something that something you're probably an expert at, something you consider yourself a little bit better than most of your friends.
See, I'm a landscaper by trade. What do you want to learn about?
Anything. I love learning about anything. It's almost a disease. I really do. I've got questions about life. I think I could learn from anybody out there. And I think all of us can if we just take the time to do it and have a real talk with somebody.
God, you guys come up with something pretty quick on something like this. I like the question.
Listen, I get it. This is a very interesting way to start a conversation and to meet somebody, isn't it?
Yep. So let's see. So I live out in the country. We hatched chickens out this year, which has been a pretty cool experience. I could probably teach you something about that.
What about life? What about life? What could you teach?
Life in general.
What could you teach me about life? What has happened in your life? Maybe something you've overcome, maybe something that's been very victorious for you, maybe something that you learned how to dig deep on, and you constantly flash back to it. Because I just did something online where I just posted something where I'm just kind of learning to look back at my past and maybe enjoy a little bit of it. But something along the lines of that.
Right. Well, in 2003, I literally started my little landscape business. Just I don't know, like with no money, a wheelbarrow and a pickup truck, and just kind of kept going for it. I don't know, and it's worked out. I've raised a family off it and lived a pretty good life. So I think just that.
Yeah, I like where
don't take no. I mean, no, like nobody like when I look back at it today and think like when I did that, I had a newborn kid. I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, I didn't know where we were going to eat, how we're going to pay for stuff.
Yeah. I love it. I mean, I've been a believer in if I wanted to do this show, I was not ready. I don't know how to use all the equipment. I just had this vision of what I wanted to do. Sure, I have a little bit of background in radio, but this is something completely different. This is on camera. This is a bunch of different things. And
you're just alone.
Yeah, and I've got no one to bounce anything off of but you. I mean, this is great.
Yeah.
But the point I'm getting at is that I never would have started this had I waited till I was ready. I never would have done that. So I appreciate what you've done. What were some of the biggest moments where you were like, oh crap, this ain't gonna work?
I was probably a couple of years in, and I bid a job, and it was the biggest patio I've ever done. And I'm really a person where whatever my bid is, it's going to be, unless if there's something that you change. I mean, and I screwed up the bid, the worst I've ever screwed up a bid. And basically, I figured the block wrong and all the class 5, and it could have crushed me. But luckily, there's another landscape business in town going out of business, and they had an auction with all their stock. And I got lucky, got to buy all of their landscape block for about 10 cents on the dollar, and it made it so I could make a living off that job still.
That's awesome. I love it. So
I mean, that block was such a unique block. They only made that block for 1 year, and for them to have overstock of that, and they went out of business. I mean, it's just odds of that. Just
do you feel that it just kind of fell in your lap or what?
Yeah, look, I mean, yes, the stars aligned.
Yeah, do you believe in that? Do you believe in that there's you're kind of protected? I don't know if you're a religious guy or not, or do you believe that the universe has your back?
Yes, I do, especially if you allow it to.
Yeah.
The more you allow it to, You
just gave me goosebumps, dude.
And it's easy not to allow it to.
It's really easy. What do you do to open your mind up enough to allow it? Is there a certain space you get into? Because this is something that I have almost perfected in my life of letting things happen and being aware of these opportunities that present themselves. And when those opportunities present themselves, to be very, gracious and feel very lucky that you've been given this opportunity, and knowing that you've been given this opportunity for a reason.
Yeah, I feel like I just went through a period in my life where I kind of was closed up on that stuff, and now I'm really starting to open up on that again. And I don't know why a guy allows himself to close up like that on those things when before that it was working great when you were more open. But I don't know. It's working again and feels good.
Yeah, don't feel bad about that. It's weird because I went through, when I was like 15 years old, I didn't have a lot of friends. I was super shy. And it was just a painful time in my life. And I just had a really tough time getting along and doing things like this. And now I almost forgot where I was headed with this stupid story. No, I started picking up all these self-help books, and and those were my friends. Those were my friends. And so I became somewhat of a master in all of these things, and I've developed my own techniques over the years. And it worked me for years. Some people have a day where their things are good, or a week, or a month. I mean, it worked for me for years. And then I got to a place in my life where I got a little comfortable, and I got a little cocky. And I went for years, just like you said, not being able to manifest stuff. And
I didn't dream big enough.
Yeah. God, I love that. You got to dream big. And I just stopped doing it, and I ended up getting back to it just because it took a while. It took a while to get back into it and to believe in yourself again. And I guess the only way to do that, like you said, is to start noticing some of the things that may not be a coincidence.
Yeah.
No,
and I found it's, what is it they say? It's just a wish until you write it down and then becomes a goal.
Yeah.
But it is amazing the difference when you do that. And if you look at that goal.
Now, you said that you started to do this with your family. You didn't know what was going on. Your back's against the wall, which I think personally is a very romantic time that you should look back and be very proud of yourself. But did you have to talk to your family about any of this? I always feel that anytime I have a goal or something that's very big about me, like this show right now, I'm loving this show more so than I've done any of my podcast. I am loving doing this. And I had to sit Sherry down and say, listen, I'm gonna be busy for a while. There's gonna be times you're gonna want to go for a walk or go out to eat, and I'm gonna be working on this. And
that's one thing we've always been good about supporting each other on our little things we want to try, I guess.
Yeah. Did you have to sell your idea to your family, or do they just believe in you?
I've never had to sell my idea almost to a fault where I wish I had more. Like if you think it's gonna if you think it's gonna work.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I had a track record with Sherry that I turned some things into gold, but I also, if you've listened to the show at all, you know that I throw a lot of stuff against a wall.
Right.
But none of them ever come with a promise. I never say, hey, we're going to be rich, or this is it. I'm just looking for things to be fulfilled. Are you still enjoying what you're doing?
There's been a big shift because I'm getting to the age where it's getting harder to do, and now my kids are starting to kind of take over. And there's a lot of challenges with that in many different ways. So there's some growing pains right now with some of that, and but that's not what you asked me. Not like I used to. So I'm trying to find that again.
All right. So are you doing anything to try to find it? Obviously you want to find it, but are you consciously have any plans on how to do it?
Kind of half-assed, I would say. Yes, because I like the water gardens with big water features, and I'm just really debating whether I want to get into those like big swimming ponds and that sort of thing, because I'm good at it, I'm creative at it, and I think I could, if I did one in my yard, I think I could really sell crap out of them.
Oh yeah, you should do
But
it. You should do
man,
it. Hey, to follow your own stuff. You're not dreaming big enough. We all need friends, and I was lucky enough to have two friends in my life, and one of them had passed away. But we would sit there and we would have some really interesting conversations. It's not like, did you go out with candy? Did you drill? Or no, it was nothing like that. We would have these talks like you and I are having, and we'd say, what do you want to do? And we would always say, you got to dream bigger than that. What's a bigger version of what you just said you want to do? And we would sit there and challenge each other all the time. So I love it. You fired me up today. You've inspired me to dream a little bit bigger because you know how to do this. So
I hope so.
So no, I think this is exactly, I'm not telling you what to do. Obviously you do what you want to do, but I think you need to keep dreaming big. You do have a skill that you've learned, probably better than anybody else. And you have a desire, you've got a great vision. I think at least in your own yard, you should do it and see where it goes from there,
Yeah.
And what's the name of your business, man? So, and where are you calling from? If anybody wants to, to use you.
I'm in the Lakes area by Fargo Moorhead.
Oh, beautiful area.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do you want to give the name of your business out, or do you don't have to?
It's fine. I don't need to.
Okay. Well, Keith, I really appreciate you taking the time, man. This has been cool. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you too, Terry. Thank you.
All right, keep going. Let me know what happens. Let me know what
do
goes
that.
on. I'm really interested in you, man. Thank you so much.
Sounds good.
All right, buddy.
Have a good one. Thank you.
You too. Hi. What's your name?
Heidi.
Hi, Heidi.
Hey, how are you doing?
Good. What's your favorite ritual that you have?
Ooh, my favorite ritual for myself or my family, because that'd be completely different.
For yourself.
For myself, I would love to be able to sleep in, go for a swim in the pool, read a book, get a little sun. I'm in Florida, and make dinner for everybody.
Now, is that something you do now? Not something you would love to do. Is that something you do? Do you have a ritual that you do every single day? It could be meditation. It could be, it could be a prayer. It could be going for a run, clear your mind. Do you have anything like that?
That's something that I need to work on. I'm one of those people who I kind of put myself on the back burner, kind of taking care of the family and the pets and everything else. So I'm glad you asked me this question, because I need to do that. I need to, I'm only as good to my family as good as I am to myself.
Yeah, that's something people need to realize. And it's something that I've had hard. Let me hang up on this person here. Hang on a second here. It's something that I've had to do as well, is you just need to take time for yourself. And it's a real healthy thing. And you need to let the people around you know, even if it's an hour, an hour. Listen, Savannah, Georgia, don't call right now. Okay. I'm on with somebody, obviously. Okay. So let me take this number down for a second. Hang on a second. So I can concentrate on you. Let's see here. Let me turn this damn thing off. Okay. See, this is a thing that I'm going to have to be better at. I'm going to have to be better at this this crap. All right. Hang on a second here. Hide. Okay. So, I think that you really need some time alone to do things. And are you a people pleaser, or are you just dedicated?
I would say both. And then I've got a larger family. So I feel like I'm constantly, one out of the 4 kids, there's always something going on. We've got pets and everything. So I feel like my day is kind of more focused on taking care of everybody else and doing everything like that. And I need to step back a little bit and find a ritual, because I think that would be very helpful for everybody. I mean, the happier I am, the happier they're going to be.
Sure. Maybe at the start of the day, maybe you wake up a half hour earlier or an hour earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you, when everyone else goes to bed, you have a time where you just sit there and, journal or do what you want to do, read, whatever makes you feel creative and relaxed again.
I totally agree. I think a lot of people are like me, and you just kind of get in a rut and you stop doing that. And, I'm glad I called, and I'm glad you gave me that question, because that's something that I really need to do.
No, it's not even a rut. It's just you're taking care of business. You know,
Yeah.
you get it. You understand. And the people need more of you, but you will eventually burn out.
Oh yeah.
And you will, and even burnout comes in a lot of different forms. You'll end up screaming at somebody that didn't deserve it, you know, things like that. You need to do some stuff for yourself. And do you have any hobbies or any ideas that like maybe you wanted to? I just throw the stuff out that I like to do. So did you ever want to write a book? Do you ever want to learn a language? Do you anything like that?
I used to be more active, but right now I'm having some back issues that hopefully I'm getting an ablation and I'll be able to do that. I love playing tennis. I used to play tennis a lot. You know, and kind of going to the gym and things like that. So I think I'm kind of down a little bit right now too, because my back is so bad. But thank goodness that's not going to be much longer.
All right. If you had a ritual, okay, we'll go a little deeper on this. If you had a ritual that you were doing, what do you think it would do to you, to your personality, to everything else? What do you think it would do to you if you had that time alone?
I think it would be very confident building. I don't, you know, in the morning, sometimes I don't have time to put makeup on and do all that. Maybe I should make more time just doing something quick, that simple, like just taking care of me. I think it would also help me. I have anxiety. It would help me probably calm down more if I started meditating and things like that. So there's not a bad thing that could come from it. I just need to do it, not talk about it and do it.
Yeah, not a bad thing, but a lot of good things could come from it.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%.
Do you feel appreciated?
It depends on the day.
Yeah. That's a tough feeling, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you get through the tough days when you feel like you're being not taken advantage of, just being over taken for granted?
I try to reflect and remember when I was like, I still have a teenager who's going through some stuff. I've got another teenager who's gone through it. And then got custody of my sister's two kids, and they're older and grown now. But I got them when they were 4 and 7. So I just try to remember, you know, I was no saint with my mom, rest her soul. And I didn't, at certain ages, you don't realize how much your parent or aunt, uncle, whoever is doing so much and giving up so much for you. So, you know, the older kids now are like, gosh, you did so much for us and you still do so much for us. So it kind of eventually comes full circle. And I just tell myself, okay, I've been through 2. I've got my last 2 and I'll do the grind, do the work, and I'll get on the other side.
I hope you don't wait for them to grow up. You know,
I won't.
I hope you get started on this ASAP and use that, you know, your mom's energy to get you through that. What's one of the best things you learned from your mom?
Oh my gosh, my mom was amazing.
Oh God, I love hearing this.
Oh my gosh, she was the best mom. She was a school teacher. She taught special needs children. And she didn't make much money, but we'd go out to, she always would go to this one restaurant for breakfast. And one day the server that she connected with, she's like, what's going on? You don't seem like yourself. He's like, oh, I'm having a hard time, you know, paying my rent. And my mom's like, Heidi, go get my checkbook. And she paid for his rent. She was just kind of that kind of person. But one thing that we did that I've done with the older kids and I'll do with my kids is once I turned 21, she would come over. She loves to cook. And she'd bring a recipe. And it would be like, some of them were hard, like etouffee or, you know, banana Foster's, whatever, like pretty hard recipes.
Yeah, complicated stuff.
And we'd do it once a week and we'd sit and share a bottle of wine. And if I made it right, the next week we'd do something new. If I screwed it up, we'd try it again that following week. And it really taught me a lot of good cooking skills. And plus you get to chit chat and everything. So that's probably my favorite thing that she did. It was so cool.
Oh God, my eyes teared up thinking about your mom just saying, you know what, you're going to perfect this. And you're going to get there. You're going to be able to do this in your sleep. What a freaking great lesson. I mean, you know, God, you are so lucky to be able to have a mom like that.
Yeah.
Do you
absolutely?
Do you did your kids get to have a chance to really get to know that side of her?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She
cool.
oh my gosh, she was all the grandkids absolutely adored her. Unfortunately, she died very suddenly, and it
sorry.
tore us all apart. Thank you. But she was. I bet she talked to the kids 4 or 5 times a week, and they probably visited 2 or 3 times a week. She knew more stuff that was going on with my kids' lives than I did.
Wow.
They would go to her for everything. So.
Yeah. What was your mom's name?
Mary Lou.
Oh man. I really wish I would have got to know her. What an inspirational, powerful soul, man. That is really cool. Normally nowadays, the reason why I'm getting turned on by this is because normally when somebody, and especially when you're talking to, and I don't want to sound like a dude here, but when you're talking, the women in my life, my wife, my friends, most of them, not all of them, most of them have complaints about their mom. And when you when you said that what a powerful aspect she was, a powerful addition to your life, that's just, you don't hear that often.
No, she was amazing. My parents separated when I was 11, and then now I know as an adult, but she never even dated until I turned 18, because she said she would never have men in and out of the house, that her kids came first. Like, she just did stuff like that I didn't even realize she was doing, when I was 13, 14, 15. But she was amazing. She was a great mom.
Do you find yourself being like her? Do you have any ritual? See, there's a ritual like right there we talked about, like your mom coming over, teaching you how to make something. And every week you shared the bottle of wine. The next week, if you were able to graduate, you almost had a graduation ceremony every so often.
Yeah.
That is a ritual right there. Is that something you can continue on or carry on with your children?
Oh, yeah. And it's funny because my sister's eldest, who I got custody of when she's 7, she's an amazing cook now. She's 29, and she can outcook me. She does a great job. And her brother, he's not into it quite as much. But my kids are getting into it, and I told them, as soon as you guys turn 21, we don't have to wait till 21. That's what Mom and I did.
Yeah.
If you guys want to start earlier, we can start tomorrow.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Or that's a great thing. Or come up with your own tradition,
Mm-hmm.
your own thing where it's just, hey, tonight I'm taking, your tradition could be, how many kids are living at the house?
I'm with 2 now.
Okay. Where you go out for a walk every night with them, every Tuesday is walk night or something like that. And you talk about, making some dreams come true and things like that. I just think that you see how influential your mother was. And because of her, because of her, you are this person who steps up for your whole family.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
And because of you, they're going to be the same way, but you can still have these moments, these fun connecting, and these aren't even teaching moments. These are just real moments that you remember. Nowadays, you're on your phone and doing all that crap. Just to be able to do something like that would be pretty cool. So Heidi, I appreciate you calling, and thanks for being a part of this very brand new idea that I have.
Absolutely. I love it. I think it's a great idea.
I'm loving it too. So thank you so much, and have a great rest of the week. And please,
all right,
please,
back at you.
Please keep in touch.
Will do.
All right, bye-bye.
All right.
What's your name?
Randal.
Randal.
Yes, sir.
You ready for this?
Yeah, of course. Let's do it.
What?
I never know what's going to come out of your mouth. So.
You know what? Most of the time I don't either, because right now I only prepared 2 questions for today. So
gotcha.
Let me ask you this. Why did you call?
Because I like the show. This show. I find it pretty interesting, your interaction. This is the second time I've seen it. The last time, I think it was yesterday, possibly the day before. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It was on Friday. I caught a clip of it after it replayed, and I thought the loaded question, not really loaded questions, but the spontaneity of it would be something interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting for me. It's interesting for the people that are calling. That's one of the responses I'm getting the most. And all right, well, let's throw one at you. All right.
Let's do it.
Well, let me.
You weren't prepared for these many questions, were you?
Oh, I've written a lot down. I just don't have it in front of me right now. I wrote the 2 down, and I don't want to have anything prepared for this show.
Right.
I just want that number to be out there and to connect with people. We've all had these moments where we haven't been proud of ourselves. What's a moment where you haven't been proud of yourself?
That is a excellent question, because it correlates to what I'm doing right now. I'm sitting on my dialysis machine at home. I'm 46 years old, and God, I wish I'd have took better care of myself at a younger age. So that being said, when I turned about 40 is when I'm also type 1 diabetic, and I have been since I was 18.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that I was not proud of myself then. I'm not proud of myself now for what I've done.
Yeah, I understand. I see the double whammy there. You weren't happy when you were doing it then, and now you're not happy because you're paying for what you did then, and you're constantly reminded about that.
Constantly.
What were some of the things that you did that was really unhealthy? Maybe you'll be able to help somebody out right now.
Absolutely. So, like I said, I was 18 when I became diabetic, and around the age 20, I really didn't do anything but lots of cocaine for about 7 or 8 years.
Congratulations. You lasted 7 or 8 years, you know?
It was a terrible run. I thought I enjoyed it then. I moved to Savannah from Atlanta, is where I lived. And matter of fact, I met you guys a long time ago here in Savannah. We know we're on, but not to talk about the other show.
Well, that's okay. You can talk about it. It's definitely who I am. So, that's
right. Fine. And when I moved here, I quit cold turkey, and I got married for the first time. That didn't work. I started drinking. Not too much at first. Got in pretty heavily doing that for a while. I think maybe to compensate for the cocaine and partying. I didn't drink or smoke weed or anything before that, but then I got into the drinking thing, and that was not social. It was pretty much all the time, but I functioned.
Yeah.
And I think that probably did the worst damage than all of it combined.
Yeah.
I still drink occasionally, not every day like I did before. At one point, I was drinking at work. Mm-hmm. You know, I couldn't make it through a day. I could, but I didn't want to.
Yeah, I understand. I'm shit-faced right now, so.
Great.
No.
What are you sipping on, Pappy Van Winkle?
No, I got some water in my Make It Weird cup. By the way, people have asked about this cup. My wife actually ordered this for me. She's supporting this show, which is really weird. I've never had somebody say, "Hey, this is you," and do this. So she got this cup for me. And by the way, you can get those on terryjames.com right now. People have asked, but anyway, so yeah, what were we talking about? Oh, being drunk at work and things like that. So go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had to work in some sort of joke. I had to lighten the mood for a second.
And you got to plug those cups, of course.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have to order one when I get off of here, actually. And
I'd appreciate it.
I'll have to get on Discord and tell all my peeps over there to get one too.
I need to learn about Discord, but anyway, thank you so much.
That's where a lot of the listeners get together. Well, a few of them get together and chat. You know?
Cool.
But anyway, so I've got a family, not kids of my own, but they came with a marriage, second marriage, and I've got stepkids and I've got step grandkids, and I get a lot of responsibility. I own a decent house now. I got a great job, good insurance, so here I am at the point where I finally get everything together. And shit. I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that.
I don't care.
But,
Go ahead.
yeah, and now it comes tumbling down, and it you just don't realize it when it's happening. What's gonna transpire?
Yeah, I feel for you, and I love the fact that you're taking responsibility for it. And I hope you realize there's probably a way to turn a lot of this stuff around. You know, when you get older, and you know, I'm older than you. There's always something. There's always
Right.
something that your knees hurt, your back hurts, you drank a little too much, you partied too much, you're losing your hair, you're gaining weight. There's always something to be worked on. And yours just might be a little heavier than others. So I hope you don't. I hope you don't feel alone.
No, absolutely. Actually, if anything, I feel spirits are great, and not to put a downer of a story out there, because I really it's not a downer to me. I do what I've got to do. I mean, I could go on disability, I could get on Medicare, and I could sit here in my house and die. I get out and we go with the kids and my wife. We go on the boat usually every weekend. We do things. I don't feel alone, and I don't feel like poor pity me.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't have time for it, and but it is something, to get back to the original question. It's something that I feel bad about myself for doing them.
Yeah.
Which I can't change it.
No, you can't. So there's a certain amount of acceptance we all have to do. We all have to accept what we've done in the past. We all have to accept where we are in the moment. And this is something that I'm working on a lot, because I have a lot of what ifs in my life. And yours is, what if I didn't drink? What if I didn't do the blow? All that stuff. Mine is just, what if I didn't do, what if I chose to move here or do something different? And it drives me crazy. I spend so much wasted time on what ifs and if I would have done something differently, when the truth is, this is where we are right now, where you accept it. And then I don't think you're able to even move forward in life unless you accept where you are at this moment.
I would agree with that.
And
and I think a caller said it the other day. I've seen you evolve in your radio career. I've listened to you for many, many years, and it's pretty inspirational. You pick up, you move to Seattle, and this is not, I'm not trying to stroke your back here and say great job, but you're pretty inspiring in the things you get out and do, and the routines you have, like the last caller was talking about, or the last caller was speaking about. So I look forward to that when, and try to strive to make myself a little better.
Yeah. And we all get inspiration from everywhere. And I'm glad that some of the things I do may kick somebody in the ass a little bit.
Right.
And I'm going to be honest with you. This is one of the things one of my what ifs. I always thought, because of one of the previous callers where I was talking about when I was reading self-help books when I was young, my family didn't have money. It was brutal. My father was handicapped my entire life. He was in a wheelchair. Dad died when I was 18. My mom died when I was 20. I just knew that I had to do something, and there weren't a lot of positive influences around me. And so I just started reading these books, and I decided I wanted to hang out with other people that I find motivational. And I always thought that my job one day was going to be like Tony Robbins. I always thought that's what I wanted to do so bad. And then that's changed over the years, because I always thought, well, in order to be Tony Robbins, you have to have some sort of accomplishments. You can't do something on, all of a sudden, trust me, I can help guide you the right way and support you. I never think I could guide anybody the right way. Over the years, I've learned to hate that industry. I hate it with a passion. I just
Do you really?
I really do. I think that the people that are in it now are fraudulent. They're all
I
about
believe that.
and you know what? I would love to be able to make money having conversations like this and in a way, if you find inspiration from me, if you find inspiration from you, I guarantee you right now there are quite a few people that are listening to this and watching this that are getting inspiration from you, Randal. So
Right.
we all have some sort of inspiring quality about us, something we've
Well,
all overcome. And that's what I want to do here. That's what I want to connect on.
and it's more the self-help people that I've seen. I think Les Brown was one of them, if I'm not mistaken, that I've seen in the past. But well, anyway, growing up, I've seen them on TV as well, and it's more of a preach instead of a conversation like you and I. Well, sorry, there's my dogs going crazy.
That's all right.
I hope it's more of a preach than a. You don't even know if these people have experienced the things that they're telling you to do.
Yeah.
And that's I've kind of questioned that as well.
Yeah, I don't want to tell anybody to do anything. I don't mind giving advice, like sharing a story of here's what I did, and maybe you can take a little something out of that. And you know, and I love these conversations. So far, every single call, including you, that I've had on this show has inspired me. I walk away from doing this show with a ton of energy. That you know, it's really interesting. This isn't what I expected of this, you know. And,
Yes.
and the people, the real people like you and everybody else, you know, we're all cheering for each other and rooting each other on. I think we're building quite a really cool community here, and I love it. I want to know more about the. Let me, you know, first of all, congratulations on everything, and
Thank you.
I'm pulling for you. I feel for you that you're upset with some of your choices you've made in the past, but like you said, you can only go up from here. So
That's right.
I hope you're doing everything you can to go up from there. But tell me more about this Discord thing. Is this something I should have about this show? I need some advice from you here. Is this?
So there's on Discord, the show is on their stream. I'm sorry, the show is not streamed on there, but the group that listens to your show every day. There's several of them. I'm sure you're familiar with.
Yeah, I stay out of those. Those are that's.
You know which ones I'm talking about.
I've heard about them. I know that they are very toxic, and that there's a lot of rumors and there's a lot of conspiracy theories and a lot of hate, and that. But I'm talking about for this show here. For this show, should there be a Discord?
That would be. I think it would be awesome. It's not a video. I don't know if Discord has video, but they have a.
No, I'm just talking about maybe after I do an episode, maybe get in there and talk about some of the things we had talked about and keep the conversation going. That's what I was talking about.
Meaning on. So you're talking about you do your show, then you go on and chit chat with folks that you create your channel, I believe. I didn't create this one. I'm not sure who did, but that would be neat. But Discord's a pretty neat tool.
Yeah, I'll look into it. I'll take a look into it. I hear people talk about it a lot. That's why I wanted to ask you. You know, I don't.
Yeah.
I find a couple things that work, and otherwise my mind goes all over, and I think, oh God, I'm not spending enough time over here, and I'm not spending enough time over there. And I found that, hey, if people want to be part of this, they'll work their way in, you know, and,
that's right.
And they'll find the spot. But I appreciate you so much, Randal, and I think we're all pulling for you, bud.
Absolutely, Terry. Thanks for the call. Love this new concept. I think it's taken off, and I'll just tell everybody out there that is listening to it to share this thing. You know, let other people know that subscribe to that YouTube channel, because that's what I did. I'm not subscribe to any YouTube channel that I know of. I don't get on YouTube, but when this one popped up, I did, and I appreciate what you're doing.
I thank you so much for the kind words and support and being in there on the ground floor, man. That means a lot. You're part of the squad, baby.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Terry.
All right, buddy. Check in again sometime. We'll do a check-in show from everybody and see how everyone's doing that has called the show in the past, but like a reunion show or something.
Hell yeah, that's a great idea.
All right, man. You have a good day.
Take care.
All right,
Bye-bye.
thanks. All right, there you go, guys. The phone was ringing earlier. It was my wife trying to get here, and I hung up on Sherry because of this show. Guys, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing like Randal said and sharing the show, writing a review, making comments. From what I understand, I don't know much about this YouTube thing. But if you make some comments on YouTube, and because I go and read the comments on this show, I read the comments and I've got some good conversations going with some people. Some shows, there's quite a few comments. There's been a show that there's like maybe one or something like that. So if you could make a comment, from what I understand, if you comment and I comment back, that makes your show more searchable, because I would like to turn this into something. I would like it if it wasn't just all the Lex and Terry listeners, although that's fine. But I would, it's going to be a monumental moment when somebody has no freaking idea what I do for a living just calls this number. I think we're all going to have fun with that. So have a great day. Thank you for your support, and we will see you guys next time around. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.